There is no phone ringing, damn it!
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know what the hell she's talking about?
Now, what in hell am I going to tell this boy Shaver's parents? That a substitute nurse assassinated him because she couldn't tell the doctors from the patients on the floor? My God!
Okay. You let a woman beat you, huh? You little tiny nothing.
Why did you move closer to me? Don't, Bob.
His name was Jeremiah Johnson.
Norma Ray has been working since she was 16.
Jeff Goldblum is the psycho freak who's everywhere the action is.
That's outrageous!
You try one more goddamn stunt and I'll light up the fucking sky!
I'd rather die running than be left here alone.
Okay, but remember, Serpentine!
Absolutely.
What a guy.
You can pluck the lilies and the roses too.
A decade under the influence. No rules, no limits. No wonder these filmmakers changed our world.
And it's another Wise movie. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that.
Nope, we're not.
Silent Running.
Welcome to our podcast.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Why do I say that? Bruce Dern's daughter is in Jurassic Park, Laura Dern.
That's right. I always forget that's his daughter.
That's his daughter. And apparently when she was 5 years old, he took her to see this movie. And when he hits the robot with his car and the robot is hurt, she was crying so hard he had to take her out of the theater.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Laura. That's sad. We should maybe institute a 6 degrees of Jurassic Park moving forward. And
I am holding my Silent Running record in my hand as we do this.
It's not running silent?
For inspiration. No, it's Silent Running. It's only a 2-minute, 3-second long song.
Yeah.
We could sing it. It's between my feet. We're going to hear it.
Yeah.
For research, I listened to the commentary on this, and they're talking over it, and they gate it so you can't really hear the sound of the movie, so I couldn't hear the Joan Baez song very well, so I'm excited to hear it again on my new Blu-ray.
Yeah, so we're watching a fancy new Blu-ray of...
it says 1 second on it now, but I like what we do, whereas you really don't need to be watching the movie. You can. That might, help the process, but we talk constantly during it, and we kind of review the movie while we watch it.
Right,
so
you're in for it.
I feel that it is fine to just listen to this while you grocery shop. Or ride a bike.
Also, if you wanted to, we want to give you the information to be successful in watching the movie.
Trip. That's fine. It's just, sometimes it's difficult. Every single thing we do this on, whether it's Amazon or VHS or Blu-ray or DVD, they're all slightly different.
They are.
It's hard. But it says 1 second, and this is still before the Universal logo, and I'm going to press play. And
Count
3, 2, you suck, 1, go. You don't really suck.
You throw everyone off with telling them I suck.
You're a beautiful human being, and we are starting on a wonderful hippie journey, pro-ecology.
Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Oh, more than kind of. I mean, I just listened to the commentary, and they're still hippies and still into it.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Where is your volume?
Your volume.
Yeah, see, that sucks. We just start it all over.
Do you want to start it over?
No, I'll be okay.
Good.
Douglas Trumbull. This was his first major film, and according to Bruce Dern, this is the first film where he is the star of. He did a lot of supporting work. I think he said he did 10, 15 movies before this. I have forced these two to watch many Bruce Dern movies.
Yes.
This is one of them.
I'm always surprised that there's more Bruce Dern films. Because we've seen so many Bruce
This would be my second... It should be my favorite Bruce Dern film, but I love Coming Home.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's better than this movie.
And he's acting his butt off in Coming Home, as he is in this. But
Turtle.
Oh, I forgot to mention, because, right out the gate, the commentary, they show you that snail And the director's like, that was a snail from my garden.
Oh, wow.
I brought it in, I filmed it, and brought it back. You know, like these people were,
Just gets to
especially
be
the director, was into this concept then and is into it now.
So the thing that
Where's the
reason
Joe
why
Baez?
I always say like maybe about this film as far as
Wrong.
like ecology, but the reason that I say that is because like they're like, we fixed all of Earth's problems. We don't need this anymore.
What are you talking about? Are you on drugs?
I mean, not yet, but like
they didn't fix the problems.
no, but they did. That's why they're saying we don't need this. Oh, bunnies.
No, there's still no forest. There's that great line where it's like,
only a problem.
I know, but he's like, you know, she's never going to be able to hold a leaf because there aren't any trees. And they don't care about the forest anymore. It's not that they solved the problems. They don't care. And so they're like jettison the forest.
They're like, we can live without forests.
Yeah, but that's wrong. That's why it's pro-ecology. This is forestry. I mean, what's the thing? There's a fucking thing.
I like his outfit in this. I had an
I
outfit
pledge
like
as
that.
an American to save and faithfully to defend from waste the natural resources of my country, its soil and its minerals, its forest, water, and wildlife. That is the forestry creed. It's on a plaque.
Forestry is different than ecology, just FYI.
Yeah, it's good. This movie's got everything.
Forestry is all about like how to exploit nature for profit.
Oh my
and
god, now I know what
ecology
forestry is,
about...
and I didn't before. I know what fucking forestry is. Ecology, and it's about kick-ass go-karts. And a hippie in a robe. The director's dad made those go-karts with the director.
Oh man, I would.
And the director worked on Star Trek: The Motion Picture, doing special effects. Did special effects for 2001.
Yeah. Boring.
Did special effects for Close Encounters, like him and his dad.
Dude, can we get go-karts like that? Because this is maybe one of my favorite parts of the entire film. Well, watch out!
In the commentary, they're talking about how, like, one of the reasons they had that is to, like, have some, like, you know, faster pacing in the movie. They're just like, gotta have something, so they built these go-karts.
Something jocular and fun.
It's just, you know, a fucking, like...
Also a scene to show off all the corporate logos and advertising in the film.
Coca-Cola and American Air and Hallex Incorporated and...
Yeah, that's all on purpose.
Oh, here it comes.
He uses, what's the term they use for these people? Bilateral amputees. But in the original documentary
Rapistan?
from 1970,
I don't think I want to go there.
From 1972, the people in the robots, what is it? He names them later, Huey, Dewey, and Louie or something.
Yeah.
They're double amputees.
Really?
And bilateral amputees. And they talk about how great those people were. And
Huh. What if Pool was all the way different?
I know. They're in the future, and they're in space. And they have a cool I mean, this could have easily been the space chest from Star Wars.
Instead, they're playing against
George
a
Lucas.
robot.
Oh my God! The director was like, "Oh yeah," he asked me to work on Star Wars, George Lucas, and he's like, and I turned it down, and he doesn't seem upset by that. I was like, "You turned down working on Star Wars?" His dad did work on Star Wars. Fucking hippie guy with melons and shit.
Later. You got all this fresh veg.
I do want that robe.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So good. This kitchen's too fucking white.
No, it's cool.
Tan, beige, what is it?
Cool.
Coconuts?
Khaki?
Or melons? Khaki.
Sandstone?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Give me one more.
What?
Come on.
Oh, I got a sand.
Whoa.
I was just so quiet.
Pastel burnt sienna.
Oh, see, look at you. You're amazing. You're so
Look
good.
at you. Can you make
No,
volume?
I'm not turning it up any fucking louder. It's soul-crushingly loud as it is.
It's not.
Valley Forge. Man, we got everyone to sponsor this.
Got your Honda,
I liked all that. That's all
American
done on purpose.
Airlines.
Yeah.
Again.
They were big sponsors.
Well, because then they turn out to be fuckheads because they're like jettison the forest. Oh my god. It's so mind-crushingly loud. I love it. It's perfect for you homeowners who don't have neighbors. It's perfect. I can hear a movie, but now you can hear it.
Oh, these spaceships are amazing, though.
I think so.
I mean, they're just massive in the way that you'd imagine spaceships should be. Like,
You can describe a lot of things about 70s movies that are a constant for the whole decade, but like really loud and really quiet is definitely got to be on your list.
oh my God, yes.
Like, if they're talking, it's going to be really quiet. If they're playing a song, all you will hear.
Which is weird. I wonder what that's about. Like what?
I think it's about people going into the theater and being like, yeah! It's all around me. Like, you would hear the talking part, but then you would also get blown away. You know?
It's just interesting.
By the fucking 2001 theme song. Dun, dun, dun.
Visor!
Dun, oh, your hair should be moving from the fucking... Is it live or is it Memorex?
Bruce and a visor.
Fuck yeah. I've never played cards with a visor, but apparently if you're dedicated to the game,
It's the only way to play.
You're going to need that visor.
Oh, yeah. Blue chip?
I don't want to take anyone out of it, but this is delicious coffee, by the way.
Also, it was Peter Murphy in the Memorex commercial.
Really?
Was he?
Yep.
I don't know if that's true. Look it up,
It
people.
is true.
Tell us. Yeah, they say a lot of things. Really?
That's his claim to
Really?
fame.
I don't know about that.
It's Peter Murphy's claim
They said
to
the
fame.
guy in Bad News Bears was the guy from No Effects, but it's not. People say a lot of things.
Wait, which guy from Bad News Bears is supposed to be the guy
I
from
think
No Effects?
the catcher was supposed to be the guy from
Oh, really? So he's supposed to be like better than them at everything, right? Except for driving go-karts.
Well, they're jerks. You know, when I watch this, oh, look at that.
He's got
three
a
of
full
kind
house.
and 3 aces. Oh, it was a full house. It was aces full of fives or something. He fucking wins. He's full of threes.
He's full of threes.
Maybe not now, but a little bit later in the film, he kind of comes across as kind of like crazy, for lack of a better term.
No, that's not wrong.
It's not wrong, but it's also like, you know, if you were in charge of the last forests, you know, and protecting these things that don't exist anymore on Earth, and then they're just like, we're gonna blow it up. I would be just as upset, if not more.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
But watching it with the sound off, listening to the commentary, I was like, oh my God, loco.
Who was in the commentary?
The director and Bruce Stern. And they do a pretty good job.
Then space.
I agree with that because that's like Star Trek 4. They bring the whales back because whales were extinct. And so if they bring the forest back, yeah, he should be the director.
Well, is there no one on Earth growing anything?
They're dicks. Like, he's in it because he believes in it, and they're in it just for the job. They're like the people that were in Alien and shit.
Right. A lot of people do things for money.
He has a funny name. What's his name? It's like fucking...
Lowell?
Yeah, it's... Hold on.
Here.
What? Oh, yeah, that's that, though. That's one commercial. There was a famous thing that were in all the magazines, and that's not Peter Murphy. It is. No, the famous thing isn't that. I'll show you.
Show me. I want to see. Show me Peter Murphy.
I get that, but... Yeah, but I'm saying, like, magazine ads. It's like what I think of... Yeah, no, not that. And if you remember, I said, is it live or is it Memorex? I didn't say Maxell. Peter Murphy was in a cassette tape commercial, yes. But all the advertisements for is it live or is it Memorex were not fucking Peter Murphy.
What?
But I like that. Okay.
What?
We're both vindicated. Look at that. That's good. I am getting upset.
He's about to lose it.
And I would if I got that information. They shot me into space with the last remaining forest. And go ahead, grab the mic and talk about Peter Murphy.
Lowell is not going to shake your fucking hand.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Makes sense? What are you talking about? It makes sense.
Exactly. It
Shit
is
us
insane.
into things and blow them up.
Well, let's just ride around in our go-karts again. Come on.
I've been working my ass off up here to keep forests a thing.
Freeman Lowell is his character's name. And I stand by the fact that it's goofy. Uh-oh. Don't let the cat...
I have measures in place. Fields of children.
Ooh. I think this is the B-side of my record. Rejoice in the Sun, isn't it?
Yeah, in the sun. The forest.
The story they tell about Joan Baez being in this movie is pretty funny. He wants to get Peter Shekel, who did a lot of like orchestration and like arrangement of Joan Baez's music, but didn't necessarily want Joan Baez. But the guy, Peter Shekel, is like, yeah, I can get Joan. I'll call her. But then Joan never returns any of the phone calls. And then the director sees Joan Baez at the airport in Chicago. I don't know if it's O'Hare or Midway. And talks to her. And she's like, are you stalking me? She thinks like he's been following her around. But you can turn it down a bit. And then turn it back up. Like, the point is to hear the dialogue, but we do have the subtitles. We're going to be okay. But they also say that, like, apparently at this time period, Joan Baez was, like, super burnt out.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Had a really heavy touring schedule and so on and so forth. And that she was sleeping between takes.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, it's just funny. They both mentioned it. Like, how fucking, like, burnt she was.
This was, like, the best of times for her.
The worst of times, I don't know.
Satellite dish.
Yeah, rejoice in the sun.
Rejoice in the sun.
It's like, hey, I made a movie about saving, the planet and the last remaining forest. We got to have Joan Baez in there,
right?
With her hippie trill.
So there's a bunch of these ships.
It's all connected.
No.
Yeah, the go-karts will take you to them.
You can't transfer between ships on go-karts.
It's not ships. It's all scaffolding connects them. You'll see.
The
did. Models are awesome. And the models were in the guy's garage, the director's garage. They kept kind of falling apart in the glue. And he said he eventually had to, like, what did he say? He cut them down and threw them away or something? But
oh.
He tried to preserve them. I love how the baseball is covering the guy's face.
To a celibate?
Well, they're saying, like, they provide us the food that we need in the fucking food processor, and you still eating this mango cantaloupe.
Honeydew.
But he's like, I grew it.
Sit down and shut up. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down and shut up and leave me alone.
See, here we go. He's appearing to be very crazy, but again, if put me in this situation, I feel like I would be just as upset.
When we're not reviewing a movie, I have some Maxell commercial corrections for you.
Oh, shit.
For the last time, Memorex. Is it live or is it Memorex?
Which has Ella Fitzgerald. It's not the commercial you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of a different ad.
The guy being blown
I know
away.
What I'm thinking of.
the guy having his hair blown and stuff is not Peter Murphy.
I'm not even talking about a commercial. I was talking about an advertisement in a magazine. And
the
glass with is it?
And that is for Maxell. The Memorex. The line that you're remembering is correct for Memorex.
I know, but we're trying to watch a movie, and I have had no alcohol. How much have you had?
I said
dive in.
I said that it could wait until after we're not
but it's not
reviewing
waiting,
a movie,
is it?
but then you responded, so then I had to.
Because you're looking at me every time I look at you. I get this like, I want to talk to you about fucking Peter Murphy. Whose song was playing the first time I ever had sex.
I love that fact about you.
Now my mom knows.
I wish that was true for me.
Yeah.
But you know what else there is no more of, my friend? There is no more beauty. And there's no more imagination. And there are no frontiers left.
Like I've been that upset where I don't sound like...
So, I mean, that right
He
there...
makes sense and then he doesn't make sense. What?
Right there, he says everyone has a job.
Yeah.
The environment is great, and everyone has all the food that they need.
The environment is not great. There's no more force.
Because there's no...
Hello?
She's never going to be able to see the simple wonder of belief.
Yeah,
Said that because not going to be any trees. Fuck off you.
I understand, but like, is it more important to have trees or a planet that can sustain life? I mean,
it's sustaining life. It's just he's protecting the last of the forest.
I'm not saying that like it's
And
the
they're like,
best
we don't
world
care, and
ever,
he's saying-
but I'm
yeah.
saying if there's a choice between killing 1 billion people to put trees back on the planet when they don't
I
need
know.
them,
You found a way to top your Trump quote. I get it.
it's not a. This is not a right-wing opinion.
Uh-huh.
Also, I don't think that
Ain't
they
got
should
any
blow
choice.
up the fucking trees in space.
No, that's okay. Fine. Just gonna wait for you to switch gears. That's fine.
I just think that it's fine that people can be alive.
No one's ever arguing that it's fine for people to be alive.
Well,
He's still saying he wants to save the forest. And are people really going to be alive in the long run without photosynthesis and the planet and air?
That's the whole thing. They found a way. Everyone has jobs.
Did they though?
Everyone has food.
That's part of
The
this whole
environment's
movie
fine.
is that like he sacrifices himself to save the forest, and that like people come up to the actor Bruce Dern every day and are like, "Dewey is still up there plugging away, protecting the forest. He's still up there because his battery won't run out or something. He's still up there doing it. He's doing it." He said people that have actually walked on the moon or been on the moon had come up to him and be like, "What was it like making this movie?" And he's like, "Dude, it was like filmed in a garage. Like you were actually in space, and you're asking me."
That's surreal. Hey, sound guy.
You're the sound guy.
He's the sound guy now. My cat has taken over the job of sound guy.
That guy looks a lot like my high school best friend.
That guy?
Yeah.
That's the
Guy in the
father of
beige
your high
suit.
school best friend.
I know, right?
Is that Anthony? Who is that?
It's a symbiotic relationship between us and the trees. You told me what
I
your
never
dad
had a
did for a
best friend
living. You
named
should be on the
Anthony.
side of us. You're leaning into Trump's birthday today. I get it.
Come on.
Nope.
You're not leaning
Your
into
own
Trump's
father
birthday.
is upset at you right now.
Stop it. Look,
this could be your dad.
What I don't understand
He can
why they have
protect the
to
trees
get rid
in
of these
space.
ships. Like, why can't they hold
There.
on? To
Oh, you're right. You're right. There
yeah,
are different ships.
exactly. I'm right.
His dad did go to forestry school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's on my team. Trump
They're
corner.
on your
He
team.
would still
Yes.
probably be a forester in Canada if not for Vietnam
Boom.
War.
Yeah.
He's upset with you right now. So am I.
No. Yeah. He'd be listening to fucking 70s rock. He'd be so much cooler if there wasn't a Vietnam. Sorry, Dad.
What? He won't be listening to this.
Wouldn't have
podcast.
cancer from Agent Orange.
Wouldn't have cancer from Agent Orange.
This was all filmed on an aircraft carrier.
Really?
They brought in all these TVs and shit. I love. We've watched a lot of things that were like, "Hey, we're released on Blu-ray," and they look like shit. This looks really good. I think.
No, this looks great.
I was watching this last night. And I was like, "This looks better than any copy I've ever seen of this movie."
Did you get this from Movie Madness? Did that pay off finally?
No, I mean this is. I already said that I bought this. This is a very happy purchase for me. Very happy. Along with my Rad DVD, special edition.
There they go. See? All the forests. Oh, now, they must be different regions forests on each ship or something.
You're going to have to go ahead and stand by for updates. He's got like silly ass like forestry patches. Like Lake Winnetonka.
You know, he looks like
Check it out.
a NASCAR driver that's fucking sponsored
NASCAR
by
for forestry.
the campsites. What are they doing? Oh, there we go.
Doing their job and following orders. You know who else was following orders?
Yep. Holy shit. Ah!
This is all real cool. Real cool. Cool. Sci-fi shit. And there's a bunny
Bunnies!
too.
You
Hot.
can't kill the bunnies?
They're going to because they're dastardly. They're following orders like the Nazis. And this was pretty low budget, this film. They said they made it for $1 million.
Wow.
As
fairly
wonderful
amazing.
as this DVD is, it doesn't explain. There's not a lot of space on a DVD to explain all the things that I would need to have explained for the special features. Like, it doesn't say, this particular DVD doesn't say when the commentary was done. But listening to it, they say 30 years ago. So that means that, like, it was done in, 2002, I think?
Squirrel.
Because you want to know what's happening politically. And
That was a chunky ass.
That was the fattest squirrel I've ever seen in my life. And I have seen some very, very well-fed squirrels.
Because he loves fucking animals. He's just feeding that squirrel on set all day.
It's like straight up isotopes you're opening up in this room with us, dummy.
That's one of my favorite punk songs. Isotope Soap. Isotope Soap.
He's an isotope dope.
Hey! You really got the dad from Breaking Away down very well. Hey, wait, is that the same one?
That fucking chunker.
Sir Chunks a lot. Don't you do it? I needed the epicness. All right, fine. I'll feel the epicness on my own time.
Okay,
We have a professional job to do.
Do you want me to turn it up? Do you want it to be?
I'm getting it.
Crushing.
I'm getting hit in the face with the epicness of
this plastic model slowly.
Hey! It looks
away.
it looks beautiful, but it's like saucer separation. Yeah, I mean, get pissed because
he's got to be livid right now.
he needs to be like, you shall not pass. He's got to save the last forest.
Ready? 2, 1.
And I love it that these doofuses that didn't see it coming, that Hippie would retaliate.
Right. Well, I don't think that's wrong to assume that your coworker's not gonna.
I think
kill
it is.
you.
They fucking berate him. They don't really get along with him. They think he's weird with his fucking honeydew. For I have dined on honeydew. I like how you added the other red vines to.
It's the red vine bin.
That's cool on his back. Oh yeah, they do destroy. They destroy the desert one.
They've been destroying them right and left.
I know, but the desert one is gone, or will be gone.
He's surprised every time.
It's called dealing with emotions.
What I don't understand, and
Sierra, and they said some of these were real.
If he's gonna kill all these people, it's like way worse that he didn't save the rest of these forests.
What do you mean some of these are real?
Some of these murders are real.
No. Some of the patches on his suit were real.
Ah, okay.
From South Dakota forestry place, Yeah. They shot this film a bunch, and the shovel was rubber to protect the actors, but you could see it waving around. I saw footage of it. It was funny as shit. So they agreed to use a real shovel and had to be very careful. This, I feel, is still a brutal scene for a rated G movie. Because it's showing you that, like, he had to take a life.
Yeah.
I think that was the rubber one, too. You can see it.
Oh,
that's a real shovel.
Ow.
Butt shot. Gratuitous butt shot. It's like Baywatch up in here.
Maybe for a celibate.
Right. I like your choice of weapons, like, planning right there. It's like, use the shovel or the briefcase to beat the fuck out of this guy. This is for Conifer. And this is... Oh, he's dead already.
You died really quick.
Was that why I had to die?
Doesn't so much look like a forest as it looks like
garden,
a Victorian garden.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be way huger than they can show you. It suffers from the budget, but it's supposed to be miles and miles, I think, was domed.
I just mean in terms of vegetation. It
Yeah.
looks like you're walking through like the People's Park greenhouse.
Nice.
Rather than...
I hear that. It says those are based on geodesic domes or something that were created by Buckminster Fuller.
Park?
Like, okay.
I said, is that what that's called, People's Park?
The one in Scotland?
Glasgow, yeah.
Yeah.
Geodesic domes.
Shout out to Glasgow People's Park.
I like this.
Right on the river.
I may end up purchasing this entire soundtrack.
I'd make this for you if you want. Give me a Casio in 15 minutes or something. Can you fuck off here? Just God.
Just pull them off.
Yeah, you pull them off.
You can. You did his belly. I just remember an entire podcast was ruined because of that kitty before. And I would not want it to happen again.
No, I feel like we're pretty good. Oh, man. Ugh. Wait. Why did...
Give me your questions.
So he got hit in the shin or knee with a shovel, and he's bleeding bad from it.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing a tourniquet.
But he got hit with the flat part of the fucking...
No, it's supposed
That
to
is
be
not a
that,
tourniquet,
there's
by
that
the
thing
way.
in there that you can get that nerve or whatever, you can bleed to death. Many people have bled to death from injuries to their leg.
Yeah. Also, that's not a tourniquet, though. He's like just tying something around his leg.
It's supposed to be a tourniquet. It's a homemade tourniquet.
What's his plan, though?
Suspend your silly disbelief.
It's not disbelief. It's not happening.
It's happening. I got it. I gotta give you all some bullshit. I can't hear you.
Yep.
I'm not talking through pain or anything.
Ah.
Get the robots up there. Freeman Lowell.
Yeah, fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Yeah, that's good. Star Wars reference almost.
I'm never gonna get it perfect.
You gotta blow it up. Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're gonna have company.
A little short for a stormtrooper, aren't you?
It's way later.
What's that?
Nothing. We're fine.
Would you throw one of those red vines into my mouth?
No.
Do it.
Just come and get one. We'll have nutritional use on it.
Yeah.
And please become an integral part of the movie from now on. What's on your kitty?
I threw a chip to him, and it's stuck in his hair now, and he's pretty pissed about it. Uh-oh.
How about 3, 2, 1, 0?
Hey, you said that twice.
Valley
now.
Forge.
Big Billy wants to go.
The sweat is legit.
Oh, lots of sweaty scenes of Lowell from here on out.
Did they show
Or
him
it's
in the,
glycerin spray, one of the two.
yeah, did they show him in the water already? Because he talks in the commentary about how super cold it was.
That was like the very first scene.
They did not heat it. And he's acting like he's having a really good time. And he says he was freezing. He's just like, I want you all to know this is acting.
I'm a good actor. I was freezing my nuts off.
He gets mad because people come up to him and he's known for being really good with other actors. So people are like, you'd make a good director, and he gets pissed off. Because he's like, I don't know anything about lenses, and I don't have the camera eye, and do. I'm an actor, not a director.
It's weird to get upset about. Like,
well, I guess I understand that someone's like, yeah, just because I can play the drums doesn't mean I can play the guitar.
But
certainly
you
can't play the accordion.
But you do.
I don't.
You post videos of yourself doing it.
Yeah, ask a guitar player if I play guitar. Any one of them. Be like, oh my God. Every chord is wrong. I use my thumb. I play fine for me, but I can't play the accordion.
Blow it anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and try.
That's bad advice. They want them to set off a nuclear
You listen
device.
to Neil.
Big Billy can fucking...
Oh, see, just because she got a piece of popcorn.
Hey, Captain Terrible.
Did you say Captain Terrible?
I did.
That's good. We're going to get you a festive scarf that says Captain Terrible.
Dow. Industrial. Did that one say party on it?
What does bilateral mean then?
Oh, I forget.
I mean, because in the 70s they say double amputee, and here they're saying bilateral amputee.
I think bilateral is legs.
Okay. Dow Chemical. They donated the materials to make these things or something because
That one's empty.
Their image was really bad. Dow Chemicals. They were trying to we're cool.
I mean, we'd help out with ecology in space. In space, we're
Come on now.
drilling.
We're doing what we can. We're Dow Chemicals. Didn't they make napalm or something? Something bad Dow Chemical did.
What haven't they made that was terrible?
Right. Oh, you're thinking of
I
Nestle.
mean, not to
Both of
mention
them.
like the chemical spills and stuff that just killed fucking thousands of people all over the fucking planet.
Right.
Yep.
But they donated.
It's like between Dow and Union Carbide, what haven't they done?
Yeah. The worst of everyone.
They made mace, apparently. There's that shitty 80s movie called One Crazy Summer, and then
Hey.
what? Oh, you love that movie?
I love that movie.
The guy goes to attack G.I. Jane, whatever her name is. What's her name?
I don't know.
The famous lady, G.I. Jane, and from A Few Good Men. Super, super, super famous in that movie about like give you $1 million if you sleep with me.
Yeah.
And from Ghost.
Yeah, what the fuck's her name?
Lady. I don't know.
Exactly. You suck.
Nah, you suck. You don't know either.
I don't want to know. Lady from Ghost works for me. Thank you. But she's like, this guy's going to attack her, and he's like, do you know karate or something? He's like, I know. She goes,
Demi Moore.
Yeah, Demi Moore. She goes, G.I. Jane. She goes, I know Dow. And the guy's like, what's Dow? And she goes, Dow is the chemical company that makes mace. And then she maces him in the face. And for someone who loves One Crazy Summer, you don't remember one of the greatest parts of it. So.
I remember that.
You do?
I remember
Why
that.
is he all like, you make a fist and put it under your chin, and then you just tell yourself you love yourself?
He's pleased with his decision making. It's
You
turning
should be.
out well.
Tell us all about it.
Got this paint all over my leg.
That is supposed to be a tourniquet.
He just doesn't know how to make a tourniquet.
He's an actor. I think he's doing great. I bought it. I mean, that looks like red paint anyway.
Yeah, exactly. He
But
spilled
you were
paint
like,
on
he's covered in
himself.
blood. I mean, you bought that. Buy the tourniquet.
I just said it was paint before you said it was paint.
Your
so
paint.
there.
You didn't say nothing. Come around here. Don't come around here no more.
He's get up, Lowell.
He just like put his hands over his head, and he still couldn't see his junk through his suit. Like I thought that was going to give us camel toe at that point, but no.
Camel tail.
Toe. But Dern doesn't have big nuts. Boom.
Hey, Dern's nuts are great. No, that's not for you. Go number one.
Oh, and I was listening to this commentary. Bruce Dern mentions Drive, he said. I was like, he mentioned it. The movie we watched where he plays a basketball coach. I guess he won an award for that, too. He won
did?
a National Film Critics Award for. This movie was shot in 32 days. And so that's pretty fast.
That is real quick.
You can make a good movie in that. Stunt Rock was only shot in 2 to 3 weeks. And look what
Why
that
are we
resulted in.
talking about Stunt Rock right now?
Why aren't we talking about Stunt Rock? Because we're a 70s movie podcast,
It's
and
the
that's a
base
70s
metric
movie.
of everything that we talk about at this point.
No, it's a hot topic. Because you turned me on to a podcast that dissed Stunt Rock. What's the name of that podcast? Shout out to the podcast. I can't think of the
Yeah,
name.
Video Vintage Podcast. Hey,
I listened to hours of it.
Podcast friends, we really like you.
Yeah.
I really like you.
You agree with me. You laughed so hard at my emails or my
I did
Facebook
laugh
messages.
so hard. I was dying last night. That everything goes back to fucking Stunt Rock.
I felt I stated my
every
case
turn.
okay.
You stated your case wonderfully.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
I
don't
love
know that
all this
anyone
stuff.
has ever stated a better case for Stunt Rock.
Be nice to Stunt Rock people.
I was being nice to both you and
You were
Stunt
fine. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the buttholes at the freaking Vintage Video. You can say you like a movie when you had a good time watching it, even though it wasn't technically fucking Citizen Kane.
Oh, Lord.
Fucking Stunt Rock is here for us. And then they like that shitty Robbie Benson movie.
I like that he's tapping his toes.
Yeah, people like that. I love all this stuff, and it's pretty good as
This
far as like
wood blocks and
yeah, but I mean, you know, Star Trek had things that in the original series that were like came true. It turned out to be like hard disks, and they had a thing that was like a computer screen before there were like, you know,
oh yeah,
home computer screens, and that was like a little chip that you put in there and you stick it in. That was pretty cool.
Spacebar.
Yeah, I hit the space bar. It's got a little like space bar protector thing, orange strip to protect your space bar.
Your wood block with your circuits attached to it.
And each one gets a robot.
Yeah, we're gonna put these wood blocks in here.
I think this is good. Good special effects for 72. I like it.
It's not great.
I think it's great. People out there, get my back. You agree?
He's gonna eat the cherries. This cat's eating cherries right now. He's like manically eating cherries. What's wrong with you? Uh-oh. Would you like a little gas, perhaps?
Fucking cool.
A little gas?
Making fun of the wood blocks.
He only likes the stems.
I mean, this is 72. This is way before Star Wars. This shit's cool.
It's not before Alien.
What? This movie is 7 years before Alien.
What?
It's okay. Alien's 1979. This is 1972.
No, I thought Alien was earlier.
Yeah. I get that. He was scared when this happened because that saw was real and he thought the saw was going to cut through his leg. But it didn't. He's fine. It's like it's saying, it's early fucking really good sci-fi and I'm protective of it. The way he's protective of the Force.
Why didn't he just rip the pant leg himself?
Because it's building.
Why do you need that
he's-
Dremel?
He's having a relationship with these robots. They help him. They save his life. He names them, and he starts to have. It's all about this, like, you care about these robots.
Plus,
and listen to the music that's driving it home.
You guys did it.
Aliens will apply the gauze on you lovingly. They're here for you, and they care about the forest too. Plugging away. Yeah, right. I don't get your name either. Freeman Lowell.
Sounds
I
backwards.
don't like the name Lowell. It takes too long to say, and like Lowell. You're that hippie guy with the robe that we never liked.
Well, go just say it.
Tell us.
Yeah.
About taking forever to tell you this. He's going to make it through the rings. I've seen it.
There's no way. He'll never make it through the rings. Yeah.
I believe I mentioned the domes are based on the Missouri Botanical Gardens in St. Louis, designed by Buckminster Fuller. They're still there today, the geodesic domes. One of my favorite reviews of this film on IMDb said, Greta Thunberg would love this. How dare you?
How dare you?
This is one of my favorite films, and one of my favorite YouTube videos is Greta Thunberg metal version. Watch it. Greta Thunberg fever. Catch it.
Hell of an American.
Turns off radio.
Chunk. Hell yeah. I am a hell of an American. I killed my coworkers.
Yeah, I believe in it. Saving the land.
Taking this
that you
spaceship
stole.
through the rings. Gonna go water some shit.
There's the forestry pledge.
Why? Smokey Bear up on the wall.
You're not going to make it through these rings. Doo, doo, doo. That's cool.
Suicide, sir.
It looks so good.
I just don't think I could ever do anything like that.
You couldn't do anything like that? What?
Suicide, sir.
What's suicide?
The guy suggests he commit suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Horsehead.
What'd you say?
Horsehead.
Oh. I thought you said Morissette.
He should have said he was going to kill himself.
Like Alanis Morissette. Morissette.
He should have been like, "You're right, sir. I am going to kill myself. Don't bother looking for me. Gonna kill
You sounded
myself."
like one of the Peanuts. You're right, sir. Which is Marcy's? You're right, sir. I love peppermint patty. I've always loved peppermint patty.
I will always love
The country just wasn't ready for it, but it's in there. It's in the subtext. There's some good queer quote coding for you, Marcy, and peppermint patty.
See, he could have saved everyone a whole lot of like trouble if he just said he was going to kill himself.
He's fine.
But why didn't he do that? They gave him an out. They're like, we don't have to come search for you and we can just go home if you say this.
I mean, they still don't think he's going to survive the Saturn's ring. So. He's just got bigger issues. I don't know.
Do they not
My
think
mind
he's
would be
gonna survive
crushed.
it, or do they think that they won't be able to find him on the other side?
I thought they thought he wouldn't survive. Uh-oh. Troy got hurt. You see that?
Yeah. Tore his leg right off.
Would someone get up here and fly me, please?
Why did he go take a nap through this?
Pressure. That's from The Lights of Zatar, Star Trek original series episode, written by Sherry Lewis of Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop. Pressure.
I like that there's someone underneath that desk shaking those like those chairs or whatnot.
Yeah, and they talked a lot about that. That was one of the things that I didn't like about the commentary, was it's pretty technical in a lot of parts, but he's like, what else am I going to say? I'll show you how I did this. And some of it was like, crew guys chucking things off the walls, or they did pulling wires. Lots of times the wire would pull something off.
Right.
These are very competent sci-fi people. This is why they did visual effects for Star Trek and Close Encounters and Blade Runner. He did the special effects, or he worked on the special effects for Blade Runner.
Huh.
He said he had a falling out with Stanley Kubrick because he would give these interviews about how he worked on the special effects for 2001, and then the person writing the article would be like, he did these special effects. And he didn't do the special effects. He was part of a team, but he also said that Stanley Kubrick likes to take full credit for doing all the special effects.
Oh, man.
And Bruce Dern is like, I hate when directors fucking do that. And he's like Stanley Kubrick's not the only one who does that too. He's like, you're part of a team.
That's not shocking.
Well, there's that Patton Oswalt bit I listened to again recently about talking about like all the best movies that you can name. Most of them, if not all, were directed by a man but edited by a woman, and he's talking about like the man who just shoots everything. It's just, I'm shooting lots of film, and then the woman comes in and is like, "Hey, all done, honey? I have to make a story out of this." And it's like,
you shot these things, and I have to make this.
It's true of Star Wars. It's true of many, many, many films.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to the podcast now. And You Must Remember This, Karina, what's her name? I can't even remember. I listened to so many hours of that podcast. Karina Longworth. She's the one who says, tell anyone you can, any way you can.
So, remind me, this guy died that way. How did everyone else die?
Oh, yeah, he's digging. This is all epic. I mean, he cares about what he's done. He takes you through how he has to live with it.
I mean, kind of. He's not over there digging a hole. Got some excavator.
Because they keep showing flashes of it. I mean, this film I think hits real hard that he's having a hard time with the fact that he took a life, and that's how the actor said he played it too. What the fuck did you ask me? Because I had an answer and then I got segued. You just asked me something. All right, drink side over there.
Hey! One of us should pay attention. It's not like you got it.
But, I mean, that's your role. You're great at it. That's why you are here. And plus, you asked the question. I know I don't remember it, but I'm not the only one here. The listeners know, and it'll probably come around later. It's all fine.
Right. It doesn't.
We're all fine here now.
We're all fine here now. How are you? Oh! I finally remembered. What happened to the other two guys?
He blew him up.
I missed it. I think we may have talked through it.
That's all right. That's our purpose. You like?
Yeah,
this
they
film?
were stuck on the desert pod that got ejected,
He
and
ejected
blew
them.
up.
Yes.
Wow.
Boom! Victory for the win.
Nice.
I want to get more coffee. No,
There's
yeah,
plenty more to be had.
they were douchey to you. All right, good.
That guy was kind of nice to him, and he even encouraged like people to lay off him. He was like, "Hey, why don't you lay off Lowell? Like, he's a dipshit, and we all hate him. Fuck that guy, but like, we don't have to drive our cars over him or like commit hate."
Not cars, kick-ass go-karts.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go over here.
Yeah, I know. Bye. Well, I'm glad to know that's what happened because I somehow fucking missed it, which is weird. Also, they didn't get no graves. They didn't get any like ceremonies. I mean, maybe he just didn't like them. He only barely likes this guy.
I heard your mystical section of the podcast talking about sacred burials.
Well, I'm just saying.
Just saying nothing.
Oh, you're such a
Great guy.
great guy.
Close personal friend.
But look at he's got all these boo-hoo tears. Whatever. Lowell, you're a liar.
He's not a liar.
Killing these people.
What? No.
There was no way
I'm
for him
telling you,
to
it's
eject
super
them.
hammered home. It's just exhausting
blow them up?
that you're doing the contrary thing. You can step out of that any time. That would make me happy.
I'm not being contrary to anything.
Uh-huh.
Except for you right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm. Whatever you say.
There's Huey and Louie. Not Dewey, though. Bye, Dewey. Uh-huh.
You're going to take a more important role in the film, and I'm going to give you names.
Yeah.
The naming of the robots. You will answer the name of Fuckface.
Louie was the one who got shot into space.
Little Louie, God bless him. And Dewey's the one that's still plugging away up there in space, maintaining the highest standards of good forestry.
That's right. Every day, reading off. That's super.
I mean, we keep watching these movies, and like the actors talk about people coming up to them, and this is the number one film that people come up to Bruce Dern and talk to him about. He's like, he was just in the new Quentin Tarantino film.
Right?
You're like, Silent Running.
Care about you laying in bed.
I love that scene. He's good in that movie, and it's amazing because he's like 88 right now or 89.
Yeah, he is good in that movie.
Yeah,
he plays that part really well. You all right in here?
He's like, there's a little bit of Freeman Lowell in that character, I feel, because the hair is kind of similar length again. I am sure that Quentin Tarantino is a fan of Silent Running. I'm sure, but
yeah, I'd imagine that's true. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah. And he's like, you reached out and you touched me. Now get the fuck out so I can be weird with the Manson girls.
Yeah. Like, they don't take care of me real good, but I do get an occasional handy, and that's...
Well, and we watch SWAT Team together, whatever fucking show they watch that they talk about.
Hey, you found it.
Oh, yeah.
Handy. No one knows what you're talking about.
No, they do. They do. I explained it in full detail.
They can put
hours.
it together, and they listen to this podcast for the fourth time, expressing their love of Silent Running, learning about your cherry-picking apparatus.
It's a pitter.
Pitter. That's an amazing. You get that. You can order that from the Pampered Chef catalog. You could. My sister used to work for Pampered Chef and probably has one of those.
That's a real fine hole. They're still planting shit?
Fuck yeah.
Little mulch.
I keep thinking, I was watching this last night, and I keep thinking, like, you got all this cool sci-fi shit, and then you have that fucking budget watering can. And I kept thinking it. And then right as the podcast is about to end, they show the budget watering can, and both the director and talk about how they had that budget watering can put in there on purpose.
Really? Why?
I was like, I don't remember because I don't get it. Oh, here's the song. I can finally hear it.
You ready for it?
2 minutes long. We're going to hear it again, too.
Where's the
earth between my toes and a flower in my hair?
Oh,
Budget watering can among the ferns. Miss Baez, we need you to write a hippie song about ecology. Done.
Yeah, I have.
Done. I'm falling asleep now because I got 18 gigs and done.
I play all these benefits and these shows and
right.
Gotta record all this goddamn hippie music. I mean, there's so much. You got your crates. What's in this one? DDT. Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Thank you.
Conservation.
I give my pledge.
To save and faithfully.
If someone grabbed me and shook me and asked me what one of my favorite montages was, I would tell them it's the 2-minute, 3-second montage of Joan Baez's song "Silent Running."
Especially when she focused on the swallows.
It hits all the things I love. You've got fucking music. You've got Bruce Dern. You've got space.
Oh, I had a blanket like that.
You've got forestry. Oh, we all had a blanket like that. I threw up on a blanket like that.
Yeah.
Who didn't?
Hey.
Who didn't fall asleep rubbing that silky hem
the cool part,
between
yeah.
their thumb and forefinger?
Let's hear it.
Not where I thought you were going.
100% agree on the
Yes.
silky hem.
Yep.
It's the new name of this podcast.
We're going with Silky Hem, everybody.
Silky hem.
There it is.
You got quiet. 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Done.
Done.
That is a good.
I'm outside. This is a spacesuit.
I know. I love it. I was like, I'm with it. I'm into movies like this to the max, but I'm like, that's kind of a budget-looking suit. But okay. Okay.
Oh. Got the
Let's
tight
talk again
butt.
about how this Blu-ray looks gorgeous.
It does look gorgeous. You can just see his fucking diving suit. Huey, Dewey, and Dewey.
He really got used to like talking with the people that were in the suits, and like he said, even when the robots weren't moving and he didn't need a person in the suit, the actor demanded that they still be in there. He just wanted them in there.
What?
He just needed them in there for support and maybe to make sure they got paid extra, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry, you're
solid.
going to have to get them in there. I think it's real solid for a couple of reasons. I mean, there's also that, like, why do you need them? But, I mean, if it helps your process to know that they're in there, that's
Well,
fine.
if it helps him to get paid. And there's a
Yeah.
pretty long history of, like, certain actors doing a good job of making sure that, like,
This looks fucking cool, too.
people get paid.
Gots to
Mae
get
West
paid.
being, like, maybe the best example of them.
I don't know about that.
Eat your cherries.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No, let's hear it.
I mean, she would like.
Well,
It's complicated. I mean, yeah, she would insist that black people get speaking parts so that they could get paid more, but then like the
Good.
directors would retaliate by like forcing her to like have to like say really fucked up racist shit to them.
not good.
Yeah. And they would like be her servants and stuff like that. I mean, it was like, you know, good that she was advocating or whatever, like get your speaking parts, get better pay, like but
I'm barely filled with soil.
But it matters though. It matters that she was there advocating, like saying, like, look, it's important that these.
So you
got
to be careful even when you're blowing off steam.
That like, you're not just taking people and making them like extras and paying them dog shit.
You need to eat our synthetic food. You're like, I grew this cantaloupe.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. It's better that they weren't just like servants and not having speaking parts and not having any character, but like still, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I have some feels about like really upholding that.
It's definitely complicated, but it feels like she pushed it as far as she could push it and still be in the movie to me. I don't know. I certainly wasn't there.
We're going there though. Once I finish my time machine.
I would love to go meet Mae West back in the day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Not on my list, but I'm willing to add it.
Yeah.
If we
really though,
if we end up time traveling together.
Mae West seems like she would be right up your alley.
It's not on my list. It's just not on my list yet. That's fine. Not a lot of people.
Yeah,
on my
I'm
list.
kind of surprised. I would have thought she would be like exactly your thing.
I like Mae West.
Smart, awesome, but
chunky, blonde.
Yeah.
Blonde?
Yeah.
I know Mae West is blonde, but I usually go for brunettes.
Is that true?
In a general sense. I mean, whatever. Basing stuff on that can only go so far. So I dated people that had a great personality that were blonde, or whatever. It went past their hair color. But generally, if I'm searching for porn, I've been known to put brunette in the search.
Interesting.
It's a weird thing.
Falconing.
Attraction's weird. That's a different podcast. I'm attracted to Bruce Dern in a robe. I mean, let's just go there. Not ashamed to say it. They even talked about this. He talked about like the guy, fucking something about 2 different hot tub parties in the 70s, and they wore these robes and they felt really free, and so they wanted to be in the movie. He said Larry Hagman invited the director because he was thinking about Larry Hagman, who he said wasn't right for the role, and Larry Hagman put him in a hot tub and put him in these robes, and he was just like, "Oh, I feel so free."
This is what I'll be wearing in all my movies from now on. That's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, hippies love robes. There's a reason. That thing's gonna hit him in the head. It didn't.
Be careful, Bruce.
They said something on the podcast about the rim of that being longer because the robot got up in there, but they couldn't finish the shot for budgetary reasons. It's not that important, but they kept talking about it. The reason it looks so big is because of this. And I didn't even notice. Whatever. Your pool table.
It does look massive.
Okay.
Are you kidding? That robot is like
look
half
at him.
the
See,
size.
he cares. And he might be losing his mind. The robots are helping him to not lose his mind.
Yeah. Well,
I think another thing about Mae West that you would like is she's bossy.
Yeah, she is bossy.
I like that. What's the game I was thinking? Tempest. One of the screens looked like the early Tempest graphics. Oh, what was that called again? Because I remember thinking that was funny.
What?
The book he's holding. What does it say?
The rules of card games?
Yeah. He's putting new programming in there so that they can play cards.
That's right. He's like, if I'm going to
And
be
at first
alone-
they don't. There's another scene they keep talking about in the commentary about how like people love that scene of them playing cards, and I didn't get it. Some people like movies for reasons I don't get, but we all agree we like this movie.
All right, here you go. Here's some wood blocks with...
Not missing a beat on the... Well, just enjoy it. I think it looks great. And look, that's where you get the poker stuff inside. There's visors in there. The chips are in there. It's futuristic and amazing.
I have a table just like it.
You do?
No.
You're getting one.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
I'm getting you one. Just too small to sit in a chair, but perfect for robots. Who you haven't programmed to play cards yet. I mean, I don't know.
He just did.
I know, but I'm saying before, like the table is like this weird length.
What about this, huh?
Yeah, why isn't it a table with chairs and things like it would be for humans?
I don't know. Maybe he lowered it.
He cut it.
Running silent. I got the song in my head. I don't know why.
It's your favorite 2 minutes and 3 seconds?
Is that correct? Let's go ahead and get this. Hold it in your hands. Oh, you suck. No, wait.
You're the one who said 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Well, I was looking at the wrong side. The other song's 2 minutes and 11. This one's 2 minutes and 2. I was 1 second off, which is brilliant for me.
It's terrible.
It's not terrible. You support your friends.
Is that a tell?
You're a tell.
Rules for
A tell
card
is
games.
an archaeological term. Well, yeah, he decides to jettison his fucking 3 kings, which is stupid. Yeah, but he's like, but you threw down the 3 kings, so you cannot use them. Because at first, like, you think he's cheating at cards, but he's just like, these are the rules. He read the pamphlet.
Right? I put it in. I programmed it.
Don't worry. They'll kick his ass later. I got nutritional yeast on everything over here.
Yep.
This is the sloppy section. And it should be over there, should be the sloppy section, but it's over here. I'm sorry. I got nutritional yeast on your scale.
This movie kind of divvies off into a less ecology
No.
section of the film.
No, well, because he's going crazy in space and he's building a relationship with these robots and they're... I love it. It's, you know, it's got some slow 70s pacing, but I love this stuff. He's building a relationship. And I was just saying, people love this scene when the robots beat him at cards, and that's not my favorite.
He almost got me. McKenna almost got me.
Oh, yeah, his father worked on The Wizard of Oz.
Bobby's trying to smack Ashes in the face.
Don Trumbull.
Don
The-
Trumbull's...
The director is Douglas Trumbull. Don Trumbull is his dad.
Really?
And then he got into aerospace, and then, like, when his son got into visual effects, he got back into it. There we go. Now that's another full house. It's Jack's Full of Nines, right? Podcast people.
Yeah.
Well,
Jack's full of nines.
See, people love that scene. And I'm like, okay.
You wanted cars. You did it.
They're bonding. These are the important bonding scenes. And the scenes of them walking the perimeter. I believe, like, the robots in Black Hole are a lot like these, too.
Man had a full house.
Also, George Lucas saw this, and this played a part in the designing of his robots.
I bet. Probably his spaceships, everything.
What is that?
That's what are you talking about? It's a salad fork.
It's a two-pronged utensil, but he's not making a salad.
He's ordering a salad.
And yeah, I like the thing. It's like, remember when you chastised them, but now you're eating it. Even he's going to flash back. The robots know. I know. That's all right, man. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Hey.
It's going to make
Grinding?
mulch or whatever for, it's going back into the forest. Hey.
Why? I don't. There was all
Pine
that
cone, motherfuckers.
food over there on the counter. Do we have to go with you? You're running a lot faster than we can go. It's.
Hey, they're trudging along.
Oh wow, it's really blown up.
It said they filmed on this like aircraft carrier kind of thing, and that in the original documentary, which is kind of boring, by the way. It's way more hippie than this, as far as like the people making that documentary were on drugs.
And they were on an aircraft carrier.
What's happening? Well, no, they were. And he was saying that he had to jog to keep in shape around this huge area, but he stayed away from the people in the military because there were a few military people around, and In the documentary, he's like, they weren't ready for my long hair, so I had to keep my distance.
Yeah, that's probably true. They're gonna beat him up.
He just says it as a matter of fact, like people weren't ready for that.
Here's the
You have
great.
to pay attention about how this works, because when I was watching it last night, listening to the commentary, he seems really stunned that, like, oh, it's the fact that they don't have sun. Like, wouldn't you know that Forrest needs sunlight?
Also,
he shows up with these big lights later, which look amazing.
but he needs a book. He's on a spaceship.
That's all right. That's fine. They do that in, like, Star Trek. Even in the Next Generation, they're still getting books. And they have a different pad for each chapter of a book. It's his own thing. Wouldn't that all be on one pad?
No.
But now we know that you can contain many books on one pad.
Hundreds, even millions.
Yeah. Remember what it used to be like when we could be in the forest? Wouldn't you have that in your forest? Oh, the director said he had fun making this, and that the camera broke down, and he was repairing his camera in the middle of a forest. I like this.
I need to shoot a running scene in the middle of the forest.
Staying in shape. I'll get in that go-kart.
But it kind of makes sense. Like if
it makes sense that we should be making those go-karts.
Yeah. I'm going to give you some parts and you start. And
okay, I want to help. It's a father-son thing between two friends where we make go-karts.
What?
The director's dad and the director made the go-karts together, and like a lot of I wanted to make a go-kart with my kid. I didn't.
Jump in that go-kart.
But we are going to make go-karts together.
Yeah. What?
That's what it says.
Underneath the Coca-Cola Rapistan.
Rasputin.
Yeah, that's not a country you want to go to.
Especially if your name is Stan. Uh-oh.
Oh, Laura.
Right? Yep. This is where Laura Dern had to leave the fucking theater.
Oh.
Because you come to love the robots. And his own daughter, at 5 years old, could not stop crying. I had to leave a lot of theaters when I was a kid. I had to leave Grease because of a commercial for the movie Magic came out, which I've heard did terrify lots of people. We've watched that trailer.
Yeah, it is creepy as fuck.
I took my friends to see Buck Rogers, and they showed a trailer for The Exorcist for some fucking reason.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe it was The Shining. I think it was The Exorcist. And my dad had to come pick us up, and they thought I sucked. Which is funny because those are my friends who were charismatic Christians, and when I went over to their house on the weekend, I couldn't watch Saturday morning cartoons except for like one that was a Christian cartoon, and it was horrible. Hot Fudge, which I like to watch. Hot Fudge is fun. But like, Saturday morning cartoons, you get like 8 or 9 cartoons.
Fucking right.
As soon as they start, you watch the Farm Report at 5 a.m., just waiting to get that first cartoon at 6:30. Is it time?
It's right there about.
Because this is a good length of a movie. I mean, you may think it's too long, but it's only like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. L-arm circuit wrench. I'm not doing shit. I'm watching my friend.
Yeah. Get me that hair crimper.
I understand.
Is that a toothbrush? What you got? Those do look like 2 curling irons. Hand me that curling iron.
Also, is that like a dentist tool?
Dennis? You can only use it if your name is Dennis?
That's right. Dentist tool.
Dennis or dentist? Are you trying to say dentist?
I said dentist, but I then reverted to Dennis.
I'm just fucking with you. And Dennis. Dennis is the name of the guy. Call us all snowflakes because we don't get the complexities of rollerball. Dennis Dredd.
Oh, the best you can do isn't good enough. Do better.
After watching like 255 episodes of ER, it's like they always have to come out and explain to the family, and we tried to the best of our abilities to restart Mr. Dewey's heart, but we couldn't.
There's a song for Dewey.
I don't know, Huey. I don't know, maybe you need to use the power of the sunlight. I tried massaging it in a counterclockwise motion, then I did a clockwise motion.
I drove a go-kart through it as fast as I could.
Yeah. His friends were careless at the beginning, driving through his fucking forest.
They weren't careless. They did it on purpose.
Yeah, because they were careless. They didn't care.
They drove right over that part right there.
They did not care. That's a different forest, maybe. He has
Like,
a cute,
how does someone not remember that the forest needs sun?
I don't know. I think they probably explain it better, but that's cool. He's going to figure it out soon. One of these guys says something about sunlight, and he's like, oh, yeah! I was too busy playing with the silk hem of my blanket. To remember. Remember. Dude, clean your shit. Now you are a real hippie. They don't do the dishes.
Yeah, I would never. Robots for that.
Yeah, right? Get to work, robots. Robots clean dishes. I'm going to change their programming to add.
I understand.
I understand.
That's
a
why
lot of people enjoy being dead. We got a plot on you.
Seeing me.
I dropped the bomb on you. I was half asleep watching YouTube videos last night, and I watched one of David Bowie calling out MTV.
Whoa.
He's like, can I ask you some punishing questions? And they're like, fine. He's like, you want to keep rolling? I can ask you later. He's like, do it, do it, do it. He was like, I watched MTV for like 2 weeks straight because I'm David Bowie, and I took the 2 weeks to do it, and I noticed you don't have hardly any black people. And the VJ's answer was like, it's really complicated, and we want to make ssure the world is ready. What?
The world is ready?
The answer was not good. It's like, there's a lot of people of color or black people that are making good videos, and you seem to only show like the ABC video over and over again or whatever. Kajagoogoo. It was an interesting video. David Bowie calls out MTV. My God.
My God.
High and Low. That's a Stradivarius song. He's like, but I wasn't banking on that, see?
See, that's why he should have said.
But he didn't know better.
He should have known better. They're
I wouldn't know, maybe.
Gonna like look for him.
He assumed that they sucked, and they do suck, and that they wouldn't give a shit about him. I thought you'd just fucking fuck off about my hippie ass. But it helps brings us to the end of the movie. He sacrifices himself for the Force. We get it.
Everything's all right.
Everything's all right now. Everything. Fuck yeah.
I brought these.
Duh. He's got these lights,
Is
these
that
amazing
Brewsies?
lights.
What is that?
Packed in super foam.
What kind of foam?
You'll see. It's that stuff. I love this. That looks so cool to me. I don't know. And the music supports it. Director was talking about how you can see, like, yeah, the things for those mic stands or boom stands or whatever they were that the film crew uses, and he should have changed the labels, but he didn't. But whatever. It doesn't take me out of it.
What? I'm totally out of it. This is basically
Hey.
ruined.
The forest is. Why are you on your phone?
Someone sent me
Forest-
pictures.
I got like 5 phone calls and I didn't fucking like. My family could be dying. I don't know, but I'm committed.
Well, I didn't take a phone call. I just looked at a
No,
picture.
this is my friend Jason. Jason, you understand?
Better.
Make sure they haven't called 3 more times. Okay, it's fine. They only called twice.
Duro test.
There you go. Well, this music is just like
Oh, it's just putting me to
the music
sleep.
of discovery. What? Everyone is asleep except for me.
Do these lights, do they help? So
Why does that one look like it has a full diaper? It's like, I'm the robot that has a diaper full of shit. You're the robot that is not incontinent. There you go.
Wouldn't hurt to fucking water it once in a while too.
Yeah,
I mean,
with that budget ass
soil
watering
is
can.
Super pale.
Well, they had to.
You
make the
must
forest
take
look like
care of the forest. It's all you have to do.
Taking a
You
beating.
must maintain the.
But what is powering the ship?
Forever. Oh, it just recycles power, man. This shit's legit.
What do you mean it recycles power?
It just does. And his battery's going to last forever, too. Sci-fi shit. Catch it. Uh-oh. I took a
Aw.
life. I thought he was sacrificing him, yeah, because then they won't come after him if he's dead. They're not
Oh,
going to.
you know what? He could have dealt with that pretty early on. Hey, Lowell, do you think you might want to kill yourself so we don't have to come find you in deep space? Nope. I just don't think I can do that. Please come find me.
I'm grateful because then we have movie. Come with me.
Well, you have to come with me because you're not doing a good enough job?
Oh, he's teaching them. They're hanging out. God, I got that stupid ass Honey Dripper song stuck in my head now. Just because he said 3 words. Come with me. Come with me.
Oh, that's funny.
To the sea.
It's a totally different "Come with Me" reference.
Do you remember? To the sea, knew you were mine. I have that in my memory almost perfectly, and about 300 other crappy songs almost perfectly. And yet, like, I can't remember a lot of things I would like to remember.
Yeah.
I would gladly trade.
I like the Cat Power version of that song.
Ugh. There's more versions of that song. Barf.
At least
one is enough.
Cat Power is good.
Ryan went to see them, and she's the person who's afraid to come out on stage. She might not come out.
Could be an hour.
That's her shtick. I mean, I'm sure I like Cat Power better than the Honey Drippers. But that was the Led Zeppelin guy. Was one of the Honey Drippers, right? Yeah. Fucking the singer. What's his name?
Joe Pesci.
Yes, Joe Pesci, the singer of Led Zeppelin. I almost said Roger Daltrey. That's the Who. Robert Plant. Plant? Like plant trees in the forest?
Like ecology.
Like Back to Here was your busted ass robot. There's a busted ass robot in Black Hole too.
Blowing 'em all
Nuclear?
up. Detonator. Somehow they're making it take longer than it would take to do this.
Hey, it's it's a heavy decision. You all want him to stay and be there too, but the detonators are cool.
Oh, there was James.
I took lives to save the forest. Cue Joan Baez.
Look over
I
there.
pointed.
Here, I've got my...
That's like more hardcore than the ELF.
I know, right? They wouldn't do it. Isotopes.
Although they would do that in this situation, I'm sure I would too. This is a cool detonator. Let's
Okay,
control.
if you are ever in that
the detonator.
situation,
All
tell
right.
them you're gonna kill yourself.
Or just, tell them that you have died. They're like, I'm dying.
Yeah, I took poison several hours ago, so no need to come look for me as I
or
go through
I
the
saved
rings.
the forest, and if you come after me, I'm going to fucking detonate you.
Honey.
But they can, fire a laser at you. Don't you have the food? Aren't the cats fed?
No, cats are not fed.
Oh, I thought you said we feed the cats.
I
And they
did,
said yes.
and they said no.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I thought that happened already.
Here it comes.
Boom.
Bump, 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 bump. What?
Douglas Trumbull, as I was saying, is still a hippie today. And the commentary talks about genetically modified corn, not fit for human consumption. How many numerous species are extinct. Since this movie was made, millions of square miles of the forest are torched. I mean, he's spends a lot of time in the podcast talking about this stuff. This was 2002, when they were that was a hot topic. GMOs. Now it's just in all of our stuff.
Right. Also, where are they getting new water from?
I mean, this is probably the same food replicator Star Trek rules. They get water. They
Why
take
have all these crates
recycles
full of
as poop.
shit?
And there we go. As we talk right now, Dewey is still out there
The Dewey
maintaining
abides.
the forest. Bruce Dern gets asked every day about this movie.
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
I think a
believe.
lot of days he sits in a complex, which is beautiful, all by himself, taking care of a forest that I'll never see.
I would like to call bullshit, but I hear you and agree with you. I bet he does. He stays in his little geodesic dome made by Buckminster Fuller. And he just sits and thinks about his career and
That's right.
his love of
Where time has been.
eating fresh homemade mangoes.
And honeydew.
Mangoes?
It was mostly melon.
I'm adding different fruits. Oh no, I can't be creative and name different fruits. It has to be the one fruit they showed.
All right. Hey, folks, that was us. Catch us on the wrap-up where we review this film, score it, and put
I'm
a nice
eating
little
my
bow
homemade
on it.
star fruit.
Once again, this is A Decade Under the Influence. You can find us on Twitter at A Decade Under the One. You can find us on Facebook at A Decade Under the Influence.
Stitcher.
You can find us on the Stitcher,
iTunes.
the iTunes.
Be sure to rate us on iTunes
the
so people
Doer.
will be helped to find us.
Leave a comment. We will talk all about you. Good things, bad things, whatever. Leave a message.
This motion picture has been rated G for all ages.
All right, folks, that's us. Bye.